Messages for Anonymous and my public defenders, David Cooley and Christine Merrow and Kathleen Smith, the head public defender, are very well aware of this being a cover-up. They said they've had no case. They told my family I have no case. Everything in my case is screwed up. I've exposed Lee County, Florida for years. I was involved in a conspiracy to cover up a false arrest in 2004, and the case lasted to 2008. I was held in jail for 2 years without a trial. They deemed me incompetent to stand trial. In the meantime, I exposed other cover-ups. I filed a federal suit on the Cape Coral PD for another guy that paid out $100,000, in which Judge Mark Steinbeck was involved. I have helped a guy get back a Sable Oasis Inn who it was conned out of him for. But he went through 6 attorneys and 3 judges, and 5 years later he got it back with no excuses, and somebody got an illegal $250,000 mortgage on it. You can Google that. The Nick Christie murder in the Lee County Jail, I put the witness together with the media and the attorney that paid out $4 million. My phones were hacked in August, and there was a bug in my house because I kind of fell off the map with them, and I filed complaints. I didn't realize it was the government. I'd left them alone. I hadn't done anything to them for a year and a half. I raised living hell about 2 years ago. Went to Washington D.C. Anyway, I am attaching a fake search warrant. It was done after my arrest, and a probable cause police report by Jeffrey Popowski, in which I never even seen until I was bonding out on November 5th, the next day. I was bonding out of jail when he came to read me my rights. I was never arrested. You will see a search warrant with a warrant with no judicial stamp on it. As I explained to you earlier, my mom was videotaping as I knew they were coming because of the analytics on my website, aquasocks.net, which is not up right now at the moment. But I pushed send intentionally to make them come because I knew they were coming, because I knew that it was them that hacked the Lee County Sheriff's Mike Scott, and I believe it was probably the Cape Coral Police Department. That search warrant's fake. After 2 hours of holding me detained in the car, after you see the video of me coming out of the house, there's a search warrant they brought back. And you will see a sworn affidavit of Detective Monami, who put me in handcuffs, put me in the car, and he's the only cop that I seen all night long, as they took me to the hospital after 2 hours, and I faked spitting up blood. They took me to the Lee County Sheriff headquarters, and I faked spitting up blood. And then they took me to the hospital, and then he just took me directly to jail without even telling me what I was charged with. And the biggest thing here is the state attorney, Stephen B. Russell of the 20th Judicial Circuit, is an alleged witness against me, and he's prosecuting the case. The affidavit for the warrant was done. There's no picture of the house on there. It was done after my arrest. You can see where they scribbled out from a 5 to a 4. That was the cops that did that. There's no stamp on it. There's a picture of the house, and also on the search warrant, it says that the windows the garage door and my front door are white. They might have been at one time. Well, they're brown. And I'm also going to attach a picture of the house today. So expose them, because my lawyers need to. This is prosecutorial misconduct. They know it, and this is Lee County, Florida, and lawyers are not allowed to do their jobs and get people out of jail here. They leave people in jail to collect money. They get paid by the federal government. Mike Scott is bought into the office down here, and he's the biggest, most corrupt sheriff that's ever existed anywhere in the United States of America, and he does not belong to be sheriff, and there's only been 2 state attorneys in the entire history of the 20th Judicial Circuit of Florida. He happens to be a witness against me in this case, and my lawyers know that they can't even get me on this. You need to expose Lee County, Florida. Thank you very much.